What up, guys? Welcome to Base Damage, and this week on podcast number 48, we got Timmy.
Hello.
And returning Joe Schmo.
Hey.
What's up, guys?
Nothing, really. Getting ready for a hurricane.
Yeah, apparently that was kind of random, where you're just like, hey, we're getting a tropical storm or something later later this week.
Tomorrow night.
Oh.
It's tomorrow night.
Like, apparently my county's not going to get hit, but what the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, 15 minutes away from us, and you're not going to get hit.
No, he's 45
Actually, no, you're
further
further than that.
I'm like an hour away from Greenville.
Yeah, so you're much further than that. Never mind.
Depends on if I'm driving or not, so.
Fair enough. Not going to lie, that one day that I broke down, you did not take that long to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, lead foot, just whatever. So...
You do aggressively.
Yeah.
But still, though, an hour away is not that entirely long, but it's going to completely miss you.
Yeah.
You're like on the edge of the outside.
I'm on the edge. Okay, sorry. We're not going to get taken down. So, do you have a couple updates? TCG Player has an update. We are now level 2 sellers, quote unquote, which basically just means we have a lot more slots, and we've gotten just really good feedback. So, between my stuff, between some cards Timmy's given me, Joe, 8-Ball, Matt, just a whole bunch of different cards I've been able to put up on there, and honestly almost filled like all 50 slots. Like, I think I have one slot open right now.
And thank you to Jason for the donation you graciously gave us today.
Oh shit, I gotta get that and put that up there too. That works. That's the open slot. So
that open slot's gone.
So yeah, I had to post that up too. Had a couple sales going on so far. It's been pretty cool. And I have a bigger appreciation for the people who work on selling stuff online. Like, Joe, you used to sell a whole bunch of stuff for us on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am understanding the BS you had to go through. So
I lived on eBay for like a year.
Yeah, I've never had to do this before at all. Like, I've either bought stuff off of like eBay or Amazon before, but I've been on the selling end. I've never done it before. So
I'm the one who got Kyle into doing eBay, actually.
Oh wow! So
I started advertising it for other card fighters. So I was like, look, I'm not trying to sell all your stuff. I'm tired of other people asking me to sell stuff. Make your own account.
Oh my goodness!
Because none of them wanted to actually pay me anything. They're like, hey, can you sell it? And just give me the money. I'm like, what? No, I'm going to do all the work and not get at least $5 from this.
Exactly.
And then meanwhile, they're like, yeah, sell this $200 thing and just give me $5. I'm like, wait a minute, what? You're making $200 off this. You're not going to give me at least a tenth of it? Make your own account. And then I taught them how to make their account, and then they left me alone. I'm like, good.
They just walked on. Nah.
One day you'll have to let your kids go, and that was my day.
That is an interesting way of letting your kids go, bro.
And now they don't call anymore.
They ignore you. They don't accept your Christmas cards. Fucking, they don't even come
dude,
to
I get
visit
return
you.
letters are all my Christmas cards.
So, damn. So, you're like that dude who sings that song, the song "Soon I'll Be 60 Years Old." As far as other updates, the other biggest thing that we have was the giveaway, because normally we do a tournament for it, but the videos didn't turn out too good, so we're just doing a normal free giveaway. Video should be posted up for that on the channel. Please check that out, and show you how to enter in there to win some to win some free sleeves and a free SP or triple rare. So y'all do please check that out. And I believe that was all of the announcements.
I'll just do my own. Okay,
So
cool.
Yes, Joe has
Joe's Dream is on YouTube.
Wow.
Because I already know he's going to put it in the description, so I'm just going to talk about it. If you are a Love Live fan, go check it out. You'll feel different about the series. Then
You'll
on
also
Joe
feel
Schmo
different
Gaming,
about Joe Schmo.
Yeah, well, that's a different story.
It'll make you feel a lot different about this man.
So on Joe Schmo Gaming, I'm near the end of the Last of Us playthrough, and I released my newest rants on Loudmouths and whatever the other part of the topic is. So go check it out. Donald Trump's on the front because I want to trigger as many people as I can, and I appreciate your support.
So basically, your rant things are just trying to trigger people. Like it literally just trying to
just the thumbnails.
The thumbnails. I mean, in general, like a lot of your rants just seem to be geared towards the triggering of people. So.
Well, I mean, if you get triggered by it, that's your own damn problem.
True. I'll probably end up posting something similar, like pertaining to card games, obviously. But as far as just like some rants for some stuff like that, so I might end up doing something like that for the base channel. But today we have gathered these fine, strapping young lads. I don't know if that's too much or what. Anyway,
bad enough.
We had talked about doing a top 10 video, and this will be the further explaining our reasonings behind the cards in the top 10 video that will be posted up later. The top 10 video, it'll just be like a quicker summary of, hey, this is our top 10, da-da-da-da. But this is also going to be throwing in some honorable mentions and whatnot. But as far as our top 10 for our favorite Climax combos and the different sets they come from, the reasons we like them, or the reasons we think they are good, whether we have run them or not. I don't think... I have not run every single combo that we have up here by far.
I've ran maybe 3 of the 10.
Let's see, 4, I have run...
5. I've run 6 of them. But I had to look over real quick.
I ran the honorable mentions that on the main list.
Oh, yeah. So, we did have we just kind of went through as many different Climax combos that we run or that we know of, and even looked up some ones. Like Timmy learned some that he had never heard of before. He was like, "What? Why does this exist?"
I was like, "Why are all these cards good, and why does no one play them?"
Yeah, well, people play them. Just half the people apparently don't at our locals.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why don't any of us play them?
Yeah, I know, right? Now you see why I like just some of the stuff up there. And you're
like, I'm about to start buying sets from random stuff and be like, hey, can I get one Climax combo, please?
Yeah, exactly. Just to watch people go, what the hell, when you drop it on them. But as far as this will, we'll go through like 10 to 2 and then do the honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously number 1. So... Let's see. So, gentlemen, which of y'all would like to take the first one? The number 10.
Hey, before we start, do we have these like pulled up out of curiosity?
Like,
I'm trying, and Lord knows I'm failing at most of this.
You're fine.
Billy, fill in. Do filler. Go.
Do filler? Like, I have it pulled up, and because
thank you.
We are
Thank
really
you. You have
good.
It pulled up just to answer any questions. All right, cool. Yes. Number 10. I flubbed it by Usual Parting. Mayoi Hachikuji.
Yeah. This is shout out to brother Matt as well. This is his like favorite deck to run is off of Bakemonogatari from the first set because we do not have the second set. I should go ahead and premise this with all of these are sets that are in English. So this is specifically a top 10 English Climax combos. So sorry. Because we do not have Monogatari Season 2. But Usual Parting Mayoi Hachikuji is off of one of Matt's favorite Climax combos that is for throwing a whole bunch of damage. Is what he likes to just say throwing backpacks, which is it ended up becoming like a kind of a meme, quote unquote, around our locals, which was fairly interesting because people were like, oh, backpacks, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, yeah, dude, Hachikuji, you see that big ass backpack she's wearing, and she just kind of runs up to you, and hell, Deku did that in Boku no Hero Academia and just chucked it and just like, so.
Oh yeah, he chucked that thing.
But yeah, so this is off of a level 2 Mayoi Hachikuji that it's a 2 cost, 85. It is a rare. I had to look it up. I couldn't remember what the rarity of it was. The Climax is I flubbed it, which is a draw, 2K, and a soul. So it's also double crit. It's red. not too terribly like bad, but this is something that I've seen. A lot of this damage he seems to stick against certain people more often than not, and it's really funny. When she attacks, if the Eiffel update is in your Climax area, you can pay 1 stock and put a card from your hand into your clock. So you do yourself a damage off this. But if you do, deal 5 damage to your opponent. I've seen some very weird instances of like large amounts of damage like this. And you don't expect this to stick, but when it does, it's hilarious. So I'm going to go ahead and ask this. How many times have y'all been hit by this?
What do you mean, actually stick or just period?
Like in general. Like I know y'all. I've probably played Matt against his Bakemonogatari deck more than y'all. And
I can't give you an exact number, but I faced it many a times, and usually it ends up being the game changer, or it makes the match a lot closer than it had to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I would normally be ahead, because I don't feel like the deck has much good early game, but he gets to this and then just flubs it, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, why am I behind now? Where'd my field go?
Yeah. Because, hell, the Hachikuji's also a 2-soul. So when he throws down, like, 2 or 3 of this Hachikuji, and just the damage is just crazy. So but yeah, so that is number 10. I just
Go ahead.
You had something?
Oh no, I was supposed to say I can do the next one.
Go for it, dude.
Well, no, I was supposed to say finish your sentence first.
That was my sentence. That was me finishing. Okay,
Oh.
So number 9.
There you go. Okay, so the next one, number 9, is the Climax combo with first Sendai Lake Cruiser Sendai.
Yeah.
She Climax combos with me. Pull the list up here.
Shout out
go in.
Go ahead.
We must go into the night combat, or go into night combat.
Yeah. Shout outs to Peshcats on this. This is one of his favorite girls from Kantai. But go ahead.
So let's see. Basically, this card you want to use when you're trying to push early game, because her skill. Sorry, trying to get to the exact thing here. It's basically when the card named "We Must Go Into Night Combat" is placed in the Climax area. If this is in the center stage, this card gets the following ability until the end of your opponent's turns. All level 1 or lower characters get +2 soul.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember correctly, it's a 1K1. I'm not sure if I remember.
No, We Must Go Into Night Combat is also a draw 2K and a soul.
Okay.
It's green, so it's also a double crit. The beauty of this is throwing down as many of this level 1 Sendai as humanly possible. It only counts if it's in the center stage. Otherwise, I would drop 4 of this bitch. Straight up.
Oh, definitely.
The first big Kantai deck that I ever made was Soul Rush, and this is insane because if you're able to drop down 3 Sendai and play this combo, they stack, where you basically get +6 soul to all of your Sendais because they're level 1 characters. Funny thing, Sendai Kaini is a level 2, but she gets a -1 level on stage, so her Kaini is also able to get this buff off of this. I thought that was funny. Sorry, just a little side note there. But basically every single one of these Sendais, if you do this combo, is swinging for at least 7 damage. Not including the 1 soul that you give with the Climax. Shoutouts to Marvin on this as well. I've done
My
this.
boy Marvin.
Marvin from our locals probably received the biggest.
Worst.
Probably received the worst of this, where I did make 15 damage stick from these attacks. He stopped the first one, and the next 2 just all stuck. That was a full 2 levels. Oh my god. Do either of y'all know any other big massive soul giving climax combos like this?
I can't think of any at the moment.
One of the other big ones is in Japan right now. As far as there's also Bakemonogatari. There's a Hachikuji that gives quite a bit of soul out. But it's on their ban list for pick 1 of 4 or something like that. So.
Oh yeah, they're their wonky way of banning.
But yeah, did y'all have any others?
It's actually quite fair.
Yeah, it is quite fair. But it also it gets rid of itself at the end of the turn. But that's whatever.
Yeah, I'd say it's quite fair because the way they ban is really weird. They're like, yeah, you can only run one of either of these 4 cards. You never really see that anywhere else.
Yeah, I've not seen that in any other card game I've ever played. To which the new Japanese ban list should be up fairly soon, hopefully. If it does come up within the week, I'm gonna try to see if we can be recording that for the next podcast. So y'all pay attention for that. Next week we're gonna be trying to have that up. See if I can get Waifu Wars and Cam in on Contains Anime in on that again. No, it wasn't Contains Anime. I'm so sorry. It was
his friend.
It was Greg.
I mean, you can get,
I'm sorry.
You can get Contains in there. Shout out to Cam. Hi, Cam.
Yeah. Shit. Sorry, brain fart. I've had to keep track of 48 of these at this point. I'm sorry. So, okay. So, sorry. I know most of this is like stuff that I've had to deal with, and I can just recite off the top of my head. So, did either of y'all want to get number 8, or do you want me to?
I'm not familiar with number 8 at all, actually, so I would like to avoid that one. I got number 7.
Got you. Because you knew about the number 7 way before I did. So number 8 is number 8. Sorry, I know that's bad.
There you go.
Anyway, is off of also Kantai, but this should be this will be the last Kantai one for the top 10 list. Gunfire Assault Ready from Yamato, the level 3 Yamato from the first set of Kantai. This specific Climax combo I've seen similar effects to before. It's basically an anti-encore ability. When the Yamato is a heal 1 on play, always good. When she attacks, if you have the Gunfire Assault Ready, which is a 1k1 shot trigger, you give all your characters plus 2,000 power, which just is really, really big buff, and helps for the effect that your opponent cannot use Encore for the rest of the turn. This applies to anything from Clock Encore to Character Encore to even the regular pay 3 stock to save a character. And I feel that it's an underestimated ability because if you're not able to really keep up a hand, or your brainstorms don't go off, or other search engines don't go off, or net you any sort of advantage, if you can't keep characters alive, you're not going to have anything to throw down. And I've whittled away people's hands just from having to replenish an entire center stage before doing this combo. Amatsukaze Kai has something similar. I've seen this, the anti-encore thing in other sets, but I feel that Yamato does it better because of how big everybody gets. With the Climax itself, everyone is plus 3,000 power more than they were before, and it can stack with multiple Yamatos. You can keep stacking the more 2,000 power every single time. So if you got something that's really big, you can get over it eventually. So, but yeah, I just felt that what I call the Raigeki combo, because it was a joke term based off of the spell card Raigeki from Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it would have just bombs your opponent's entire. Yeah, it just says get rid of all your opponent's monsters. So I felt that was appropriate. But it
was very appropriate when you first mentioned it, and I was like, boy, that sounds like it'll cost a lot. And then you did it, and I was like, oh, that didn't cost a lot. You set up the entire game for this.
Yeah.
Why'd I lose?
Oh yeah, no, I have done that to you quite a bit actually. I
have felt it more than once, so I'm just.
8 Ball has been picking up a lot of the older combos that I've been using, so he's been trying to learn a lot of Kantai as it is. So hopefully he'll be able to make use of a whole bunch of them and get them working right.
But
so enough
you
of
haven't hit me with that as much as you hit me with triple Akagi Kai.
Very true.
That's on every game that I've ever been with you on stream with. It's just, all right, well, Tim, I got to do a yellow turn. Oh, no, not again. Akagi Kai.
And he's just looking at it going, how the fuck is this YOLO? This is not YOLO. Well, I didn't have the climax until I played the third one and drew 2.
And then drew into it.
It still doesn't get. No, this is great. But enough of hearing me rant. Timmy, go ahead and go ham on number 7.
Okay, number 7 is Saber, Noble Phantasm Unleashed from Fate Zero. It climax combos with Excalibur, and there are 2 copies of Excalibur. There is the double crit trigger of when it's placed into your climax area from hand, put the top card of your deck into your stock, and all your characters gain a soul. And then there is the 1k1 with a with a crit and spin trigger. Now, I discovered this card one day because I had a mono Saber deck. It's with Andrew currently, as we all know, but you guys might not know that. Well, he played in that tournament. That's on stream, so yeah, you guys will probably see it. But
I actually did. I recorded the game that I played against him. I recorded the stream thing of it. I'm actually gonna be posting that up soon as well, so that'll be up soon.
Okay, cool.
Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're fine. That actually helps out, so people can actually go see it. But I discovered this card one day when I was just looking at how to improve my mono Saber deck. I was getting getting good with my victories on it, but it was vanilla. And I saw this card, and at the time, I didn't know we could mix Zero and Stay Night, so my deck was mono Stay Night. After adding this card, my win rate just went way up because it is OP. Now, this card is pay 1, discard a card. When this card attacks, if you have Excalibur in your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a card in your opponent's waiting room and put it into your opponent's memory, and this card gets 1,000 until the end of the turn. Now, the key word there is choose a card. It does not limit you to a character or event or anything. So you can just remove their climaxes out of their waiting room. And that's one of the very few cards in this game that can do that. And after seeing that and performing it on stream multiple times, wow, this is actually really good. Especially if you have 2 or 3 of them on the field, then I don't mind paying 3 and discarding 3 to remove 3 climaxes permanently. That kind of almost guarantees me the win for the most part.
Yeah.
Having to deal with 5 instead of 8 is really good.
Is insanely good, especially if you know they're about to refresh or so. It's just haha, I'm just going to go ahead.
Yeah,
and
get them out of there, especially since you get to choose. You get to just get rid of most of their climax combos. I remember, I don't know if we were recording or not, but I do remember that we were kind of seeing people's misplays and how come they didn't remove, Gentle Time or something, something more threatening than just removing a standard 1k1 or something. They didn't remove the combo, they just removed some random climax and just called it a victory.
Especially if you know that's their finisher. It's okay, well, I don't know if you already have a copy of this in hand or whatever, but if I know that this is part of your winning strategy, you're about to refresh, I'm going to go ahead and get these out, so you're gonna have that much of a tougher time trying to Akagi Kai me or whatever, and trying to clock shoot like crazy. How satisfying, throwing this out here, would that be if you saw that all 4 of the gold bar Akagi triggers or Akagi climaxes were in the waiting room, and you're yeah, they're gone.
3 of those are gone. How do you feel?
Not lucky anymore. We're going to switch over to grabbing Musashi's now. So.
I guess I'll just clean out the other climax and then be good from here.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, and another thing I liked about it was just because it does have 2 different Excaliburs you can use. Which one is a blind stock and everyone gets a stock, everyone gets a soul, which is really you don't get to see many blind stock climaxes these days, so that's really good for me. I enjoy that much better than just the 1k1 spin trigger, but spin triggers are also very nice. So.
I like the 1k1 spread a little bit more in general, but as far as the blind stock, a lot of people seem to prefer the choose a specific color card out of your waiting room and put it into stock instead.
No, those are just good because you get to choose. You can just get some card out of there, especially if you're about to refresh. Get some card out of there you don't want to get.
Exactly. So.
But for early game, especially if you have multiples of the field, the blind stock would help. Or in either stock would help, just considering.
Either way. Just extra stock.
Considering you're about to pay that stock, you basically just get a discard for a cost instead of pay 1 and discard.
True.
Because this card pays for one of them itself.
The Saber, she was just a 1 soul before?
Yeah, she is just a 1 soul. She's a level 2, 1 cost.
What was her power? Because I can't remember off the top of my head.
8,000.
8,000, so
she becomes a 9 at the when her effect activates.
But yeah,
So with the 1K1, she'll be a 10, so she can actually hit pretty hard.
Hard and fast, and but no, that's understandable, and it's. I really like it. Like, if Andrew did not buy that deck off of you, I probably would have.
I didn't know so many people were interested in it. It was on eBay for like 2 months.
I didn't realize you were. I never checked eBay for that. I honestly didn't realize you were getting rid of it.
I was like in that phase where I was just looking for anything to build, and after, because I played Saber to death.
Oh, you should have said something. I had like a shit ton of Kantai cards you could look through.
I know, but I wasn't interested in Kantai. That was the point. You had nothing but Kantai and Titans back then.
Oh yeah, nah.
You didn't have much diversity in the decks like you do now.
Yeah, no, it's grown.
You were like Kantai 1, Kantai 2, Kantai 3, and then I have Titans.
Yeah.
Oh, and Liz.
Yeah, Liz, always. Joe, do you want to get this next one, number 6?
Yeah, I got you. So the next one is the character that we're going to talk about is Archer from the Fate Zero set, the level 3. It's called King of All Creation Archer. He's from the original Fate Zero set, if you're looking for that.
Just like Noble Phantasm as well.
His first skill is going to be when this card's placed on stage from hand, you may heal the top card of your clock. And then the second one is the Climax combo with Sword of Rupture Aya?
I think it's Aya.
It is a draw a card, give 2k and soul to someone. And the skill is pay 1, put a card named Sword Rupture Aya from your hand into the waiting room. Now, you do this at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, and if this card is in your center stage, you may pay the cost, which is pitching, and paying. If you do, choose one of your opponent's climaxes in the climax area and put it into their waiting room, and this card gets a 5,500 boost.
So
now, see...
Yeah.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. The climax itself actually doesn't get played for this combo. It's still a climax combo, in our opinion, because it requires you to discard a specific one, and it's fucking Archer's main big-ass Darkness Sword of Doom. So, it's still a climax combo, even though you're just discarding the specific climax. But to us, this effect is just really, really powerful. Continue.
Oh, no, I was going to say... hold on, something just came up. What I was going to say is that I like how it's a good countermeasure. It's a backup without being a backup. And then you can also get rid of the continuous one. So if they have a 1K1 there, once you get rid of that 1K1 does not go to anyone else. Now, I don't know if it stays for the rest of that battle or not, which I don't think it does.
Oh, you mean the buff? No.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Off of specific climaxes, the buff does not stay. 1K1s plus 2 souls, those go away. The only ones that actually end up staying are draw 2K soul, and the blind stock and or specific stock from waiting room to stock, and then all your characters get plus 1 soul until end of turn. Those stay. But the biggest thing of this is it stops those climax combos from going off as far as ones that continue in the battle phase. Once again, going back to Akagi Kai on this, if she can't reverse when the climax is there, she does not get her combo. Another one being Last Shot Xenon with Phantom Bullet. It's not going to go off. As far as a lot of the big finishers, Gilgamesh just punches those climaxes out of the way. There are climaxes that get around this, like there's some that go off when the climax has played, and then you can do the shenanigans. But a lot of the bigger finishers,
a lot of the more like finishing climaxes are on attack.
And
if you don't, or you can't attack with it. But once you hit it, they're just like, get out of here. You're done.
The dreaded switch combo, quote unquote. So much so, I enjoy this so much so I would run this deck if I had the cards, but Zero is such a hard set to get.
Oh no, like could you imagine? They waste so much resources on getting like the perfect switch setup. That's like what, almost 5 or 6 stock?
Easily.
And then you're just like, cool, climax phase, climax combo, and you're like, cool, your attack phase, gone.
Yeah, GG.
Say goodbye to your 6 stock.
Yeah, like all that you did.
And now you
does
have
not
Asanas
matter.
in the front row.
You on side? So, I mean, obviously, if they are TFC, it's going to be whatever, but they're looking at it going, my combos are fucked right now. So, this was so dreaded by a lot of other players in the JP format that the JP ban list put a couple cards on it, or as far as like under watch. Specifically, this King of All Creation Archer, there was a level 2 event from Haruhi that actually ended up going onto the ban list. Like, I believe that's just straight banned. I had to look back at the list again. But that got put on the list. This did not... King of All Creation Archer did not end up getting put on the list. Neither did another level 3 from Haruhi. It was one of the Mikurus. That actually just straight up said, like, your opponent cannot play climaxes during their turn after you pay this cost. Those two did not get put on it, but that event did. So, for a while, people were, like, watching this going, hey, do we need to, like, put this card on the ban list? But I thoroughly love this climax combo. This is amazing to me.
I know, this is one of the ones that I will kind of stare at like, I've never seen this. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's such an Archer thing to do, too.
Yeah, it is literally just...
Like, I love cards that define the character, and that's just something he would do.
Yes. Like I completely agree on that. When they don't just, like, kind of strap generic effects onto a lot of cards, when they actually come up with effects and or combos that represent the character, I look at it and go, damn, good job, Bushiroad. You actually didn't fuck up something, you know?
Yeah,
actually do something.
Like,
really
honestly,
good.
I could care less if, like, the card was actually garbage, but if it's something the character does, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Like, and this is not garbage, but I understand where you're coming from.
Oh, no,
yeah.
this card, but I'm saying, like, if the effect fits the card, I am so down for it no matter what it is.
Mm-hmm. Completely understandable. Any other input y'all wanted to put on this? I realized I just started talking, and I'm just like, hey, check this out.
No,
You know, just
you're getting it out there. We were good to go. Honestly, while you were doing that, I was looking up the next card because I didn't know it word for word.
Yeah, I'm looking up which one is it? The number 3 spot.
Okay.
But no, what I was going to say is like what Timmy said. It fits the characteristics of the character. Archer goes against everything that everyone else wants him to do, and it's a good way to screw over a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how he does.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So I like how Bushiroad made it to fit a character and their traits.
Yeah, which a lot of what Archer was it's Gilgamesh. For anyone who hasn't seen Zero yet, if you've only seen the Fate, Unlimited Blade Works or
Stay Night and Past. Like,
it's Gilgamesh.
You won't know too much about Gilgamesh.
Yeah, but he's all about the "you are beneath me" mongrel type thing, and you do not get to stand on the same level as I. Get the fuck down. You know, just
to the point where he will let them have the upper hand just to take it away from them to prove how much better he is than them.
Mm-hmm. It is amazing. Like, just I don't care how. Like, I know he did some BS in like a lot of stuff that I do not like what he did, but as a character who like sticks to their personality and how they are, he's a great character. Great villain, but great character. Anywho,
his laugh is like kind of intimidating and catchy at the same time.
You're not wrong. I believe you would probably have more use in number 5 than I have. Like, I've been using it recently.
Yeah, this is one of my. This is also in one of my decks that I just played monocolor and played only this card. Mm-hmm. So I'll take it from here.
Go for it, bro.
What is it, number 5? Yeah,
number
5. We have... Oh, we're in the top 5 now. Neat. We have Last Shot Xenon and Phantom Bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people are probably like, why isn't this higher? But, I mean, honestly...
You'll know when we get to the other one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But before Sword Art really had re-edit, Last Shot Xenon was kind of its thing. That was just, like, the go-to deck.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, of course, there was Beacon of Hope and that one Kirito card I can't remember because, I mean, it's a Kirito card. You don't play Sword Art for Kirito. Let's be real here.
I don't know. You do a switch combo. It's at least half Kirito
Well,
at this point.
now you do.
Yeah.
You
Back,
didn't do it
back then,
before.
you're right. You're right.
Back then, it was all about, like, Liz, Sidon, and Asuna.
Yeah,
And then there was a few Silica outcasts because Gathering Materials was a cool card. But anyway, Last Shot Xenon. When this card is placed on stage from hand or by a change effect, even for the top card of your clock into your waiting room. So heal 1,
Always good.
and then her auto skill is pay 2, discard a card from your hand to the waiting room. When this card attacks, if a card named Phantom Bullet is in your Climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, you deal 4 damage to your opponent. If this damage is cancelled, then this card gets 3,500 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. And she has an auto ability as well, saying when she becomes reversed in battle, she gets sent to memory. Honestly, that last skill alone is kind of why I didn't put her any higher, because she's only 10k. Assuming you actually stuck the burn, she stays only 10k plus whatever boosters you got in the back.
Yeah, but I don't care at that point. If you stick the 4 burn...
Easily... Yeah, she's easily ran overable, but you stuck the 4 burn, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, at that point, I don't fucking care anymore.
Right, like, she's exhausted her use at this point on.
It's like...
To be honest with you, unless she lives and you have another Phantom Bullet in hand, but that seems too perfect.
Yeah, like, if the 4 sticks and her damage sticks, which would be 3 if you don't trigger anything, that's a whole level off of 1 card.
Yes. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, I forgot to mention Phantom Bullet. Phantom Bullet is a 1k1 with a draw trigger.
Mm-hmm. But,
so, draw trigger on that, meh. I'm not really a fan of draw triggers in general because I'm losing that Climax and probably drawing another Climax. That's not the one I want anyway.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
But
I mean, draw triggers aren't the worst thing in the world. It's a free card.
Yeah.
But usually it's just a card that I stare at like, why did I do this? But it's good in this case because you do have to discard a card for the Climax combo. So assuming you check another Phantom Bullet, then you're getting your card back. So I'm okay with it. But I'd much prefer Gold Trigger, honestly.
Oh yeah, I've had my aggravations with gold triggers as well, but I completely understand where you're coming from.
This past 2 weeks have been nothing but gold triggers, but I still prefer them on important cards like these.
Exactly. So yeah.
But yes, and then another reason why I place it pretty high, but not that high, is because even if you don't get the burn, you're still getting a Climax combo out of it because you get 3,500 until the end of your opponent's turn, meaning it kind of lessened the chance of her dying immediately, so you can use the effect again, which is fantastic. You don't get that kind of Climax combo security in any other Climax combo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, usually if a Climax combo fails, it just fails.
Which, to also explain a little bit, when we were developing up this list and going over different combos and whatnot, the switch combo did get brought up. Please do not deny. I do not deny this.
We're gonna go ahead and spoil it since you mentioned it now.
Yeah,
that combo is not in the top 10.
It is not in our top 10. It is an amazing combo. I have run multiple versions of switch combo at this point, testing it out. Multiple versions of Last Shot, like as far as that is concerned. But when we figured we had to pick one or the other, because there were so many other combos that were like, yeah, we just definitely want to list this stuff.
If we just listed whatever we wanted to in this list as our top 10, Sword Art would probably be half of this list.
You're not wrong. Like, I love so many combos from SAO as it is.
Some combos are simply good.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's so many good ones, but when we had to break it down into which one we felt that stood out more so, we figured this. I love both finishers as far as between the switch combo finisher and the Last Shot finishers. My personal opinion is it just takes a little too much to commit to.
You have to commit
to hand
the entirety of your deck with switch combo.
Yeah,
and also we did bring up a little tagline for a switch combo because we know it's good. Everyone knows it's good. There's no point in mentioning it in a top 10 video. Everyone knows it's up there.
Agreed.
It's like number 0 to us at this point.
one of the tier 0 decks. Like it is insanely consistent. It's amazing.
Right. Like there's honestly no reason to put it in a top 10 video when everyone knows it's why this game is doing really well.
It's why they're
it's carrying most of this.
Yeah, it's why 6 of the 8 top 8 slots in fucking what was it, like in the Spring Fest for Toronto or whatever? Or it was in Canada, was 6 of them were SAO decks, mixing between both Switch Combo and Last Shot. So, we felt that Last Shot was a little more prevalent and ends up working out a little bit more, but it's still, it's
one I'm more willing to showcase than explaining the entirety of Switch Combo.
Exactly.
And it's like, yeah, this is why those guys won all the time, because Switch Combo.
Mm-hmm. We'll probably end up mentioning...
All you do is just sit at level 1 and gather cards in your hand from Mother Rosario till you win.
Yeah. We will probably we'll end up discussing a little bit more of the Switch Combo a little further in, once we as far as like once we get further down the list, because of a specific comparison to one of the other combos in the top 10, as far as the higher up numbers, and basically comparing it to number 1, but we'll get to number 1 when we get to it. Joe, since you're going to be covering number 3, I will cover number 4 since I've had the most experience with this at this point.
Yeah, that's all you.
Unless did you have any more things to say about number 4? Or not 4, fucking 5. Blech.
It's a pain in the ass to play against.
Card art is epic.
Joe, this is going to be a random off-the-wall question. Have you ever played a SAO deck, like, yourself?
Way in the beginning, but that's about it. That's when I was learning how to play.
Oh, it was like just a Trial deck thing?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I was there for that. He was.
Okay, wow. I just realized it now. In the entire time that I've played against you, I've never known you to run SAO, and I'm like...
He never has, technically.
I don't have a desire to run SAO. I really don't.
To be fair, the first day he played, I told him straight up, don't play SAO because everyone's playing SAO. Because SAO was like the only deck that was there at the time.
Fair. I will not fault you for that one. Okay.
And then Kyle watched Love Live, and that's why we know him today.
And the rest is history.
Time to make history, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
number 4.
Number 4. With a lot of people just know her as Golden Darkness, but Yami from To of Ru and the Gentle Time Climax. Now, this is one of the after saying that we're not going to put Switch Combo in here, when I started explaining to people how the Gentle Time combo works, people were like, "That's dirty." So, first off, it's off of a character. Yami is a level 3 2 cost. I'm literally just holding the card up and reading it. 8,500, but she ends up being a 10k because of her first ability. If all your characters are transformation or housework, she gets 1,500 power, and the ability that she can't be chosen by your opponent's card effects, which is amazing. The hexproof stops stuff like Compass and Darkness Plan from really hitting her. Any of the, as far as like stuff that targets her, just it's not going to hit her. So that is already pushing her up in as far as a finisher that really needs to be mentioned. As far as like a lot of what she does is not going to get stopped, and it's just fairly insane. The second ability is when she's placed on stage from your hand, you draw up to 2 cards and then discard 1 card to the waiting room. So she digs for more copies of herself and or the Climax to play, which Gentle Time is a 1k1 spin trigger. And the combo with it, when she attacks, if a card named Gentle Time is in your Climax area, choose one of your other characters and this card. And those cards get the following ability until end of turn, that up to 1 time per turn, damage dealt by this is cancelled. You may deal 1 damage to your opponent. When the damage dealt by this is cancelled. So, basically, the big reason that this is so broke sauce is if you drop multiples of these, the cancel burn stacks. And it was described best to me as such: if your opponent is at 3 damage, or level 3 with 2 damage, sorry, and you drop down 3 Yamis in this combo, you win. Like, you should theoretically win because of how much of that is, because of its ends up being multiple 5 instances of cancel burn of 1 if stuff gets stopped. If any of the Yamis don't get stopped with their normal damage, you're going to win anyway. So it's whatever at that point. Something that it can't be targeted by stuff. It digs for its effects or digs for the combos for pulling off a finisher that's free. Sure, Last Shot Cena was how much you had to pay? Like
You had to pay 2 in a discard.
two in a discard. This is just on attack. You don't pay
Right.
anything else
Like, you don't
other than
have to pay anything.
So that's another one of the reasons that we felt that this really needed to be put in the top 10 was it's an amazing finisher that's completely and totally free. Like other than playing the fucking character. It's baffling, and I can't tell you how many times that the deck is also amazingly consistent. Like the TLR deck is amazingly consistent. We're gonna get into some consistency talk later on here.
We're gonna have to with some of these next cards coming up.
Yeah, but we really felt that this deserved a spot in the top 10 because, like, at this point, how many times have I run this against you, Tim? Like the Gentle Time combo.
Oh, we've had tons of fights. I think all of them have been in the stream room actually.
Oh yeah,
of course those are for Blue Ox. I don't think we'll ever really be seeing those unless we go back to like a past broadcast. But
yeah, and
most of our fights have been close. Always, anytime like Phil or anyone else mentions like, God, everyone hates it when Billy plays Gentle Time and Yami. I'm like, what? No, I like playing against it. I always have a close match with it. I don't know why everyone else is complaining. And then I see what you do to everyone else. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that's why everyone else hates it.
It's like, oh, our matches are pretty close, but oh, you're doing this to everybody. Oh, meanie. So it ends up being fairly insane in that regard, and I mean, I can understand where people are like. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little bit of spoiler out here. Like this, like the entire TLR deck is a reason that Andrew fucked up on a combo, and you'll see in the video like what this deck can do. There's a reason Timmy specifically mentioned Gentle Time earlier when we were talking about the freaking Noble Phantasm Unleashed Saber.
Oh yeah, that was exactly the time I was thinking of too.
Y'all get to see that in a bit, like later on. But anyway, Kyle, go ahead. Unless anybody else had anything else to say as far as that.
No, not really here.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
So,
all right, what number are we on? Is this number 3?
Number 3.
Number 3. We're in the top 3.
Alrighty. We're gonna talk about Soundless Voice. I know everyone's great to hear that name. The Climax Soundless Voice combos off of Kagamine Len Sil. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Kagamine Ren Soleil and
Soleil, and then
Lan Seal.
Soleil. Okay, whatever. All right, so we're going to start with Seal, the Cile.
No, start with Ren.
Oh no, yeah, never mind. All right,
start with Ren Soleil.
Excuse me, Soleil. All right.
Soleil.
By the way, the Climax, which is a 1k1 to everyone, and it's also a burn trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, Soleil, skill is put this card into your memory. When the card name Soundless Voice is placed in your Climax area, you may pay the cost, which is putting it in memory. If you do, search your deck up to one card named Kagamine Lin, Seal, question mark, and put it on the stage position that was this card. Pretty much where this card was. And then shuffle your deck afterwards. And this card also has the ability to pay 1. When this card becomes reversed, you may pay 1 to put in memory.
Mm-hmm. She basically wants to put herself into memory for the lens effect.
She wants to die. Alright.
Yeah.
And then Seal's abilities. First effect, continuous. If Soleil is in your memory, this card gets plus 2,000 power continuously. And then the Climax combo is when this card attacks, if a card named Soundless Voice is in your Climax area, and a card named Soleil, Kagamine Ren Soleil, is in your memory, this card gets 3,000 power until your opponent's end of your opponent's next turn. So basically, this gets a 5,000 boost off this combo.
It's what until you said until the end of your opponent's next turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
He starts off at what, a
5/5.
55 cost 1.
Yep.
Cost 1.
Cost 1. So I just had to remember that. So anyone who's played this long enough and has seen like keeps track of the decks that top in a lot of the regionals and whatnot is probably familiar with this with this deck name as far as the Soundless Voice builds. To go into a little bit more in depth, the total power that these Lens end up becoming is 10-5. As long as the Rens are in the memory, they're a cost 175. Most vanillas are cost 7K. As far as
he's already
level
500
ones.
value.
Yeah, so little more than a normal vanilla. That's usually bigger anyway for like a as far as like the level 1s go. But the combo, as long as you can keep playing it every turn, ends up having a level 1 10-5 wall before any other buffs. If you have a global 5, you're sitting there with like, say if you drop 3 of these Rens down. Excuse me. The Rens, this is also a free cost other than sending them to memory, so you get a little bit of future compression, and then you get 3 characters out straight from the deck, more compression, because you're, one, putting characters into memory for future compression, and then compression
you're
right
aesthetically
then.
removing 6 cards, 3 permanently and 3 at the time.
Yeah, which is really amazing, like, when you think about it, as far as that. This is off of one the project. It comes from Project Diva, so it's a much older set. Shoutouts to Kojiros, because I know he loves Project Diva.
Yeah, like this is a Diva F2nd actually, but that's still pretty old at this point.
Yeah, like it's been out of rotation or out of production for
I was like, wait, what?
Quite a while.
Rotation?
Not rotation. sorry, thinking a force there for a second there. Out of production for a long while, and you end up staring at a wall that's. A lot of people just end up resorting to the throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks, where they just end up throwing characters down to reverse against them. If they don't, you can still like throw down characters, do combos inside, but the big problem is still there, and that's the Lens are big. And as long as you can keep playing the combo over, like as long as you keep drawing into the Climax or get the Climax back, and keep doing this combo over and over and over, you just constantly have a wall that nobody's going to get over until, like, most competitive players don't put a whole lot of strong level 2s in there unless it's to counter, like, early play level 3s. So unless they have, like, the early play level 3s or whatnot, they're not really going to get over a lot of this big of a wall until it's way too late. And by that point, the Project Diva player has gotten way so many resources in hand, filtered, and just gotten what they need to just by throwing these down and just repeatedly attack, and just watching their opponent cry. So, new players may not be familiar with this as much because a lot of people are going, oh, SAR re-edit, or oh, Attack on Titan's coming out. If you go play at a regionals, you're probably going to see this. You're probably going to see this and go, what the fuck?
Yeah,
so
it's for as good as it is, it finds itself to surprisingly be a rogue deck.
Yeah, like, I'll still see it hit, like, maybe top 3 every now and then. But
it's really astounding that this can be such an undertoned deck when it's actually just a permanent wall.
Exactly, like...
This is like
a
mini version of Titans before Titans came.
Fair, and it doesn't have to worry about anti-change either.
Right.
So, it's completely understandable, and when I told Timmy about this, because he was like, we need to go over each of the different sets, and I'm just kind of looking through the sets, and I'm like, how familiar are you with Project Diva? As far as like going over Climax combos, and he's like, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. And I mentioned this, and he goes, Wait, what? Because I'm hearing his mind slowly shatter as he's reading these cards, going, what the fuck?
I was like, wait a minute. Because I remember it streamlined off of talking about the French-made Nico. And you were like, hey, there's a better version of that. And I was like, is there really? I don't remember this. And you're like, yeah, how familiar are you with Diva? Not at all. All right, cool. Here you go. And then after that, my mind just blanked for the remainder of the time we were talking.
Search Soundless Voice. He's like, okay.
Oh boy, I heard a soundless voice. All right, that's about all I heard.
Yeah, just after that, you just hear the. So, Mostly because, like you said, like not a lot of people at our locals ever played this because of how much older it is, and people kind of are more focused on the newer sets.
Like, there's only 2 people I met who played Hatsune, and one of them really wasn't that good, and the other one got rid of the deck like 2 minutes in. So
it's like Corey and who else?
Corey was the one that was really good. Taylor has been through like a million Hatsune Miku decks, I swear, and he just gets rid of them the moment he plays them.
Yeah, it's like
he does that with every card game though. So
well, fair enough.
Good on Taylor.
The cards are not that expensive. Like fucking the lens are like uncommon or something like that.
Yeah, that's another thing I was surprised about. I was like, wow, these are surprisingly low rarity.
Yeah, it's just they're hard as fuck to find because of how old the cards are. But yeah, outside of that, it's
meanwhile in our shop we're probably seeing like half these guys, but it's Hatsune Miku, no one cares, and then just probably did whatever. Probably pass them to someone who wanted Hatsune. Probably Corey. He probably has a lot of this.
He might. Like, I would actually... That would be hilarious to see him come back and just be like, hey, guys, I got a new deck. Check this out. And just...
I was watching your channel, and I got an idea for something, then we're going to...
I got some cool ideas.
We're going to completely kick ourselves.
You're not wrong. That's gotta like how he presents stuff like that. He's like, oh yeah, I got some ideas. Like I heard about this combo. I put in some other shenanigans, and it ends up being like a Bang Dream level shenanigan, like Exodia play. I could just see him doing that. It'd be great. But yeah, so that's number 3.
Corey though.
Yeah, exactly. So I love the kid to death. Don't get me wrong, but that's exactly how.
Oh no, he's actually pretty chill. It's just funny how he always comes up and like, yes, I got this Corey idea, and I'm like, oh no.
So,
that's gonna be the surprising twist that gets me killed.
Yeah, no, right.
That's an understatement.
Any other input on this before we continue? Because I figured probably let Timmy take over for this next one.
I was like, honestly, we can trade off because we both have fun stories about this next one. Honestly, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'll end up putting my 2 cents in with it, but go right ahead, bro.
Okay, let me make before I even do this. Let me make sure we're correct with this. Yes, number 2, Mother's Rosario and Zekinuki.
Mm-hmm.
Zekinuki is a level 1 0-cost green card that everyone's probably sick of seeing because it makes too much sense. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, it gets X amount of power till the end of the turn. X is equal to 500 multiplied by the number of avatar and net characters you have. And this card includes itself, so it's already hitting 4 or 5 when you hit the field.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, any other extra is just extra, you know?
Extra. Yeah.
And when you call it extra, this wall of text that's under it is why it's broken. Auto, Auto, put a card from your hand to the waiting room.
Put a hand from your card. Attacks. Wait, what?
When this card attacks, if a card named Mother's Rosario is in your Climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 2 avatar and net characters, reveal them to your opponent, and put them to your hand. Then shuffle your deck, and this card gets +1 level to the end of your opponent's next turn. Now, that honestly does too much for a level 1 free card. I'm not gonna lie to you, it really does do too much. First off, you're searching for 2. Like, granted, you're discarding a card and you played Mother Rosario, so you're basically just getting your hand back. But that means you played her for kind of aesthetically free.
Mm-hmm. Which,
like, you lost 1, 2, 3 cards, but you got a card on field that's probably really big at this point. Then you got the other 2 cards back off of her skill alone.
Exactly. Like, the stock paying is minimal at most.
I'm not even counting stock in that equation because it doesn't matter. You're paying them to get 2 cards.
Exactly. The discard is amazing because of the hand filter option off of that. Oh, extra level 0s I'm not using, or extra climaxes and gold bars that pop up in my hand.
While we're still on the subject of hand, I'm gonna go ahead and just read Mother Rosario because that plays a key term in this as well. So it's a 1k1 trigger, or it's a 1k1 climax, and it is a gold bar trigger. So meaning if you check this card, it goes to your hand, and you can just blind stock 1, which is ideally what all climax combos should do, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, I thoroughly love that.
The fact that Mother Rosario can also just come to you when you need it. This combo is actually kind of too good.
Just go assemble. You know, everybody just kind of shows up, and the squad's like, all right, who we fucking over today? But
in the situation being, you Zekinuki, you search Zekinuki and another card, And then if you end up checking Mother Rosario, you just set up another Zek and Yuki turn for next turn, or so you can play for next turn,
which I've done that before. Well, I'll purposely use the combo if I know that if I hit a gold bar and I still have Zek and Yukis to use, I will purposely grab extra Zek and Yukis.
Yeah, because I mean, it's compression turbo.
Exactly, and like I know people are probably still going to kind of go, SAO, more SAO is on here. I don't care. The Zek and Yuki engine is probably the best engine. It's the best engine in SAO by far, if not
potentially the best nearly in this game.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen anything this consistent since that God, what was that one Kantai card?
Haguro?
It started with an H. I can't remember.
Yeah, Haguro.
Haguro. Is that the one that was on reverse searcher card?
No, that was Shimakaze.
Shimakaze, thank you. No, that wasn't the H one at all. I'm thinking of something else.
Haguro is just as free, which is literally just when you play the Climax, search your deck for a Fleet Girl.
Yeah, because remember we had a certain person who played nothing but Shimakaze and searched nothing but other Shimakazes.
Which, I mean, that's understandable if you end up getting like all the Climaxes.
Like you compress your deck to like 0, but
but like because that has to reverse, it started becoming a problem when people started putting in or just making bigger walls, and obviously backups were a thing you had to worry about. This is on attack with Zek and Yuki. It's on attack. The +1 level is, like obviously it's going to say fuck your level 1 reversers.
And also just things in general that say choose a level 1 or something lower than what they're at currently.
Yeah.
The level 1 protection actually kind of matters, especially in this day and age where level 1 reversers are becoming more common.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Actually, in one of the most recent deck builds I was looking at for the one of the regionals, like I just happened to notice that it had the level 1 reversers for that set in there, and I'm like, oh, cool. That's just interesting little thing in there.
Definitely.
But yeah, because of the power and the insane consistency of it, this was another if you're new to the game, you need to know this combo. This is one of those combos that we just could not go unmentioned.
It can't go unmentioned. This combo is insane for what it does.
Yeah. See, now I kind of want Kyle to run my last shot Zek and Yuki deck, like one of the tournaments, and just so he can understand the insanity, like being on the giving end, not just the receiving end.
No, look. So if I do that, I'm never going to get the stuff. I already know how it goes.
Yeah,
and because of that,
he's the type of person he's going to do that, and then he's going to be like, I'm thirsty for more power, and then he's going to get power drunk off of it.
That too, and then I build my own, and that's all I run, and then I just go from there.
You defeatist.
Never change, Joe. Never change.
But with that, I feel that that's like it had to be put in. So, any other input you guys wanted to put in on it?
Don't give me power, or it won't end well.
Fair enough.
I have said my words.
All right.
I love this card to death, but honestly, I almost want to say I feel like if it never existed, Sword Art would be a much healthier deck.
There's a reason.
It'd still be slowish, but it would be.
Yeah.
It'd be like less BS.
I was going to say more respectable. Is that what people are trying to get?
More respectful, I'll give you that.
Joe, look at the people you're talking about.
Who just like drops it on the ground and be like, you won't just give them this dirty look like, oh, you're playing a Sword Art.
Yeah.
Spit to the side.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, I'll play Chowdadasana. You just look at them like, oh crap, here we go.
Oh no.
But so that is 10 through 2. Before we get on to the number 1 spot that we have that we have put on this top 10 list, we did want to go through some honorable mentions. Obviously, Switch Combo, like we mentioned before, was one of them.
It's good. We know it's good.
It's absolutely good. Mm-hmm. Other ones that were put into consideration, from Fate Stay Night, the Tosaka's Magic Crest with it was a level.
Great Day for a Date Rain.
Great Day for a Date Rain
Beautiful
was
card.
a very interesting little variable burn damage effect based off the number of climaxes in your waiting room. And it just
Here, since it is an honorable mention, I'll go ahead and look it up so we can.
Yeah, well, you go ahead and look that up because I couldn't remember the
I was looking
exact
up
thing.
the number one, but
Oh yeah, you're fine.
I forgot how to spell one of the words, so I'm not even worried anymore.
You're fine.
All right, great day for a date, Reen. Auto, when it's placed on stage from hand, draw up the 2 cards, choose a card in your hand, put it to your waiting room. So draw 2, discard 1. Search for the Climax combo, basically, which is good. When it's placed on stage from hand, you have to choose one of your stand, master, or servant characters and rest it. Meh. And auto. Pay 2. When this card attacks, if a card named Tosaga's Magic Crest is in your Climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal X damage to your opponent. X is equal to the number of climaxes in your waiting room. This damage it's cancelable.
Yeah. So it just the variable damage on that is actually fairly cool to me. Also where the effects like draw and then discard 1, you could go ahead and throw more climaxes in there if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can add more climaxes or just simply keep the ones that are already in there.
Exactly. Which I'm just gonna kind of mention some other ones real quick where people can look these up if they want, but just for time's sake, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw some stuff out there.
Go for it.
Out of Konosuba, that's gonna be coming out, or that is out now at this point. The level 3 Megumin with the Real Explosion Magic combo, basically.
But the name actually is just Megumin.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
kills me every time with this set.
Exactly. More combos that fit the character personality. She ends up not even attacking, but clock shoots your character and then tries to burn you for like 4 damage, which is great. Ruler of Macedonia, Riders from Fate Zero, one of the level 3s, with Ionian Heteroi, which is his Noble Phantasm as well, to let you just summon more servants from the deck just straight up is really good. The Air Defense Princess from the Abyssal set. There's a level 3 Restander. She's huge. She starts off she's a base 13 before any of your other effects would make her lose stats. And it's just a very interesting combo where you end up sacrificing the Climax to restand her. And it was just, we're just like, dude, that's like really awesome. Heaven's Wheel Urza, Scattered Petals from Fairy Tail, going way back here.
We were like Fairy Tail.
Yeah, I know, right? Serious Assault Shiro from Unlimited Blade Works, with Roias, the Roias Climax combo.
Roias.
I had to remember that was. Both really powerful combo offensively and defensively, gets huge because of how many markers go up under him, and then defensively can drop your opponent's soul by a considerable amount.
You can probably get them to like -5 or something on average with
like,
soul, even though it doesn't really matter. But
yeah,
you get them to the point where even if they played a +2 soul Climax, they're still not doing damage to you.
Exactly. So that's really all of our honorable mentions. We'll go ahead and get into the number 1, which this was another thing that I think Timmy had to kind of go back and go, wait, what?
I remember us like building the deck, and then I remember us playing like twice with it, and then I don't know what happened or who got rid of it or who even owned that deck for that matter. But I've seen it.
Yeah.
Well, it's on, and we recorded the deck profile. So
was it on my channel or your channel?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me look that up while you're talking about that.
Go ahead and look at it. So this is.
I honestly thought it was on Blue Ox's channel. That's why I thought I never saw it.
No.
Fair. No. This is the Kaleidoscope combo with Kaleidoscope Ilya / Miyu and Class Card Saber. So this hit number 1 for a couple reasons. One, this is also one of those more elaborate combos like the Switch combo, where if you want more value off of it, you have to commit a lot more to hand. Basically, the combo goes.
Except for it doesn't have a Zekin Yuki to get you there.
Base has
it really does not. Okay, base. It's on the Base Damage channel. Please check it out. Excuse me. Like you said, like, oh my god, if Prism Ilya had some kind of like Zekin Yuki or anything of that nature to get this, would be amazing. It has like several cards that let you search and salvage stuff. It's whatever. This is one of those interesting combos where, again, part of the combo is discarding the Climax as well as having the Climax in play. So I'm just going to get right to the bread and butter of it, which is the Kaleidoscope Ilya's effect, that if you have Kaleidoscope Miyu on the field, when Class Card Saber is played, you can you mill the top card of your deck. If that card is a level 1 or higher card, you can discard the Climax to give everybody on your in your center stage the effect that when they attack, burn your opponent for 1. So, first off, that going off one time is amazing. The Miyu has an interesting ability where you like draw a card and she gets some power as well off the Class Card Saber combo. So she has something as well, but her presence is required for Ilya's shenanigans. So imagine everybody getting a burn 1 on just for attacking. Like not a cancel burn like Yami. And then imagine throwing another Ilya down for this. So as long as you mill again, and it's level 1 or higher, pitch another copy of the Climax. So one, you have to play the Climax, and then you have to discard another copy of it. But then you give everybody another stack of burn for 1 on attack. So this gets progressively worse here.
As time goes on, it just gets worse and worse.
As time, like the Dream is dropping down 3 Kaleidoscope Ilyas, 1 Miyu back row, and I don't give a fuck what the last card is. There is a way to get us a stack of 4 off, but we are going to let y'all figure that out on your own if you don't already know it.
I think we say it in the video, so you know what to do.
Yep, I actually do.
Yeah, I think you actually give a pretty detailed explanation of how to do it.
Yeah. So basically, if you do this and get a stack of... like the Dream is stack of 3. You swing with an Ilya, do 3 instances of burn for 1, then her damage. And someone tried to contest in the video. I remember, okay, yeah, I do remember that it was on our channel, on the base channel now. Because someone commented...
the fight that mattered.
The fight?
Oh, I thought you meant like you're about... oh, never mind. Wrong person. JK.
Wrong person.
Oh, you're fine.
JK.
No, it was someone in the comment section as stating how, oh, well, one compass can screw it over. And I'm like, how so? And they're like, oh, well, when you swing compass and then they can't burn you any, and then I can just compass and hit another character. Or hit one of the other Ilyas. And I had to, 1, correct them on how compass worked. 2, correct them on the timing of it. Compass and or Darkness Plan would only stop in this instance because it's on declaration of attack before the trigger phase goes off. This is to my understanding because I've had to look this up, I've had to look up the timing rules, and this is how I've been told, is when you swing with this, all these stacks of burn 1 go off first, you trigger for the Ilya's damage, and then they could compass, or then they could Project Darkness. But it only works on that one Ilya. You can't, because they state character in battle, it's only that one that's currently battling. You can't pick another Ilya on the field. So that was one of the things that got brought up, and when I explained it to them, they're like, oh, okay, this whatever.
Oh, that makes sense.
But yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, well, I can just do all this stuff. A lot of that damage really isn't able to be stopped. Unless, like, I don't know, you just... Because even the King of All Creation Archer effect wouldn't get rid of these stacks of the one, because that's all during the Climax phase when it goes off. The stack of burn for 1 on attack.
Yeah.
But we felt that just as powerful as this could be, the more damage that you want to put out for whatever amount you're willing to invest in trying to get it, because it's a great deck, but it just it requires more commitment than Switch Combo. Maybe that's why I'm kind of also turned off of Switch Combo, as more so than...
because you've done it before.
Because I've essentially had to do it before running Kaleidoscope. I like the deck.
You had to do it at a harder pace as well.
Absolutely. Without a Zekin Yuki. Like, oh my goodness. That's the insane part of it.
A lot more for it, too, in hindsight.
Absolutely.
Just because you didn't have the searches, so you had to do whatever you could.
Yeah. Like, I had to do alternative means of getting the cards, which it was just an aggravation. Like, I'm not going to deny in any way, shape, or form that it is amazingly powerful. I cannot play it, though. I could not keep playing it by any means of the imagination. But at the same time, I felt that it was so strong depending on how much you are willing to commit to throwing damage out, it is something that just cannot go unsaid. And that's my 2 cents for it.
Oh, definitely. I remember seeing this the first time you did this, and I was like, oh, wow, that's a cute combo. And then you got 3, and I was like, oh, that's a dangerous combo.
Yeah. You're like, wait, what? Yes. That's what a lot of people were like.
Got from cute to deadly real quick.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that hurts. Yeah. Like, I easily made someone jump up in probably early level. Like, they have been leading me in damage a lot. Like, I just hit level 3. They were early level 2. I took them from level 2 to dead. Or almost dead. I think they were 1 off from dead.
Right.
It was like, oh, wow. That that escalated quickly. I mean, that got out of hand really fast. Sorry, insert meme here. But yeah, that's our top 10 list. And any other input on any of these y'all want to say?
No, I think for the most part we described them.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so I realize we went a little bit longer talking more than we usually do. That's mostly because I rant. That's mostly because
I mean,
like
that's
discussing
what we
this
need
stuff.
to do, though. Like, we need to give detail as to why we want these to be our top 10.
Especially since we're doing a top 10, we have to give reason.
Exactly.
Because if we just go, all right, number 9, number 8, number 7, number 6, whatever.
And also,
don't
I mean,
give explanation and
it also lets our viewers here get to realize that these are from also our personal experiences. So, their top 10 might be different than ours.
Other than, like, I've run the Kaleidoscope, Rosario, Gentle Time, Phantom Bullet, Raigeki, and Soul Rush. So that's 6. And then I've been on the receiving end of the Excalibur and I flubbed it combos plenty of times. The only ones I literally have no experience running or being hit by is the Sword of Rupture Aya or Soundless Voice as of yet. Otherwise,
for me, I've ran Tekken Yuki, even though I only started running it like this month. And then I ran Last Shot Shinon until I just couldn't stare at I couldn't even look at the card anymore. And I ran Noble Phantasm, Unleashed, Saber. But like other than that, I've been on the receiving end for most of this, except for, again, Soundless Voice and Sword of Rupture.
So, I mean,
I've just been on the receiving end. The only thing I've run is an honorable mention, and I look stupid because of it. No, I'm not lucky enough to build these decks, so I really.
Which honorable mention was this?
Rin.
The Tosaka's Magic Press.
Rin.
On that very, very sad note.
Well, I mean, I have some closing remarks.
Go for it.
Well, it's as you saw, we gave a top 10. If you guys want us to do any more top 10 lists, just leave suggestions. I mean, we didn't have. Well, they didn't have trouble putting a list together. I had to dip out because of personal reasons. But I mean, more top 10 lists. I mean, I hardly see these around for Weiss, so I mean, I would be down to make some more. Check out the free giveaway. We want to help you guys out by giving you free stuff, okay? If we get to 250 subs, I said this before, I'm going to reinstate this. I will help buy new mics for the podcast, because we're supposed to have some stuff in the works, and equipment's going to start getting upgraded, so I'll do my part, the first part of upgrading equipment. That's if we get to 250 subs before the end of the giveaway. So, I want to just throw that out there. You help us. Us by helping you.
I actually don't think that got put into the giveaway video. I might have to go quickly put that into the description of.
Oh, well, I mean, we were doing it before because of the Facebook thing and that. Yeah. You know. Oh, and check out the Facebook page. Bada bing, bada boom.
Links in the description for a lot of stuff, especially Joe's dream video. So, but with that, any closing remarks from you, Tim?
Basically, if you feel like you have a different top 10 than ours, please tell us. I would like to see what crazy shenanigans you guys come up with.
Do it. Post your top 10 list in the comment section. It would be much
appreciated. Doesn't even do top 10. Like, I'd appreciate a top 5, even if you don't want to type 10. If you don't want to think of 10. Honestly, it took us quite a bit to filter down to 10.
Yeah, no, we ended up being on a Skype call.
A lot of it came down to, there's a better version of this, so we should probably just do this one.
Yeah, I hated. Joe really did throw out quite a few good combos.
He threw out a lot of good combos.
Then we found better versions.
In reality, they were all Love Live. I'm gonna be honest here. Like, all of them were Love Live, except for the ones he actually got in the honorable mentions. Like all of them were Love Live, but there were so many better versions of the card.
Look now, I know my like traversing in the Love Live.
Oh no, yeah, I know you know your Love Live. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and sign off for now. Thank y'all very much for listening. Please subscribe if you have not already, especially for the giveaway. Check out the giveaway video, and we will see y'all on the flip side. Peace out for now.